the 2019 finals. And to celebrate, Steph put up 47 points on 7 threes. I just had a beer. We celebrate differently. Warriors win. That is 4 in a row for them. Afterwards, how about Dre with this little guarantee he snuck in there? Said, obviously, the 2 seed would be great, but we're not chasing it. Whether we are the 2 seed or the 3 seed, we're going to win a championship. So it doesn't really matter. Chris Broussard, do you share Draymond's confidence?
Well, look, Jenna, I'm not ready to guarantee that Golden State's going to win another championship, but I don't hate it. I do not hate this take from Draymond Green at all. Right now, I believe Phoenix is the best team, not only in the West, but in the league. But before Golden State went into this swoon, and that basically started when Draymond got hurt, I liked Golden State in the West. So I want to see them together for a while. Obviously, as you just said, Jenna, this is the first time Draymond and Klay Thompson were on the court together, to play a full game in almost 3 years. So let's get them working together and get that chemistry back. Obviously, Draymond and Steph had it last night. Everything changes when Draymond Green's on the floor. People might look at his numbers and think he doesn't do much, but he is huge. You see the numbers last night. Steph Curry scored 41 of his 47 points in 15 minutes. The 15 minutes that Draymond shared the floor with him. That's because when Draymond's on the floor, he obviously handles the ball a lot. He's a great passer, and that allows Steph to get off the ball more, run off the screens, and get better looks and better shots. This season, you see it almost 4 points a game better. The win-loss difference is huge, and he's shooting it better from three-point range. Defensively, we know how important Draymond is. Guys, I really have one question about the Warriors, and it's really been the case all year. I have not liked the fact that they're very small. We know Draymond's a great defender, can guard bigger players, but their lack of size, Nick, we talked about it with the Lakers. That could be a problem if they had to play them with AD and even LeBron inside. Remember what LeBron did to them a few weeks ago. And DeAndre Ayton, too. I don't know if people have noticed, but over the last 3 weeks or so, he is really coming to his own. He's averaging about 20 points on 70% shooting. So he could be a problem, too. So right now, I still like Phoenix in the West, but Golden State and Phoenix are the top 2 teams, Wilds, in my view, out West.
The thing about the small ball lineup that scares me too, Broussard, is if Steph hits a cold patch, all of a sudden you're like, what's our other play here? Hey. But here's the answer. It's Klay Thompson. Not only did Draymond come back, we're getting the old Klay back. And Nick, I seeded this in Weird and Wonderful. I said this was the coaching decision of the year. Was it a nuanced, out-of-bounds play? I said, no, it wasn't. It was when Steve Kerr brought Will Ferrell to the Clippers game. And everyone's like, this is just a silly moment. Well, you know what? What else was a silly moment? When Ty Lue had a puzzle of the Larry O'Brien trophy, but all the Cavs got into it and then they won the championship. It doesn't look silly once it works. So look at this. Before and after Will Ferrell's appearance, points are up because field goal attempts are up. And I know it's like, wow, you're just kind of want an excuse to run Will Ferrell video. I don't. I actually think that this is a sign of how Steve Kerr injects the joy of basketball back into the game. And we've seen Klay be very emotive. When Klay is frustrated, he sat on the bench with like a towel over his head. He left the game early. But when Klay is energized, he'll let you know it. And this was something that broke the stress, and now Klay is playing better because of Will Ferrell. It sounds like a ridiculous take. It is ridiculous. No, it is also 100% accurate. It's ridiculous and 100% accurate at the same time. Klay is back because of Will Ferrell.
I got a lot to say here because I think Wilds missed the bigger part of the Draymond quote. But first and foremost is this. The Warriors are only dangerous if Steph gets his swagger back. Yes, Klay's important, but the underrated part of this is Steph Curry, over the first 20 games of the year, looked like the league MVP. And over the Warriors' last 50 games, I've got the numbers here, he is shooting, 42% from the field and 36% from three. This season, Brew, he is having his career lows in field goal percentage and three-point percentage. They must have close to apex Steph Curry to have a shot. That's first point. Right. Second point is, I think this is the year of the changing of the guard in the Western Conference. I think we might see a Western Conference Finals involving Luka coming out of the 4 or the 5 seed, beating Utah, beating Phoenix, and getting to the conference finals. And then, and this is the part I want to throw to Wilds, actually, who would they play in the conference finals? When Draymond says, we don't care if we're the 2 or the 3, that is directed at one team, buddy. What your beloved, we inhale all the smoke, go up the chimney, Memphis Grizzlies. What he's saying is, we'll go to your court and kick your ass, Memphis. And I'm very interested how this quote lands on Ja Morant's cherry oak desk that he has in his beautiful home. How he sees this and says, oh, okay. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, absolutely. It's gorgeous. It's probably $15,000 since their response to fan mail. But listen, so the question really is, for me, when we're talking about the Warriors, because we're talking about the 2 or the 3, do you like the Warriors more than you like Memphis? And do you think it would matter if the Warriors are on the road? And that then, Brew, becomes, and I will throw it to you, Brew, a question of, has Ja truly taken the leap? Because if Ja's truly taken the leap, then the Warriors absolutely should care about having a potential Game 7 in Oracle or whatever. I don't even know if it's still called Oracle. Whatever it is now. And so they should care about that. I don't think Draymond does, but I also think Draymond might not be aware that the Western Conference landscape might be changing before our very eyes. That playing to go to the NBA Finals might very well end up being 2 guys under 23, Luka and Ja, to win the conference, as opposed to LeBron and Steph, or as opposed to, and now Phoenix has young guys well, but their patriarch is Chris Paul, and I think that's what we might be barreling towards, Brew.
Nick, look, I love Ja Morant. I've called him the most exciting player to enter the league since Vince Carter back in